You may well want to use the ability of dCAD to export DXF files. These could be passed to a laser cutter or a flame cutter, and you might well have some scanned images of the sorts of shapes that you want to draw. The one on the right is quite a complex shape. What I've done is use the polyline command to trace over the scanned profile there. So if I click on that magenta line there, you might be able to see individual little dots as I've traced around the thing. You could fine-tune it by just tweaking things, as I've done there, picked on a grip and move things around. If I put the profile on a layer called Profile, and the image that I've been tracing is on layer 0, so I can go to Layers and Layer Order, and I can turn off layer 0, and we'll close that little box. And now you can see there's the profile that I've drawn. You might notice it's just a little bit bumpy. That comes from the click, click, click that I was using when I was using the polyline command. But if you select a polyline, it's possible to go to Properties and say, instead of just lines and arcs, smooth everything out. So we now have a smooth curve running through the shape. And if I turn layer 0 back on again, you should find that that fits very, very nicely to the base shape. The image on the right here, let's just pick it up and move it a little. We'll move it across here. The image on the right there, we could do the same thing, but this time we don't need to use a polyline to trace a complex shape. We can just draw a circle, center radius, and pull our circle out like so. Now, we've not been given any information about the overall dimensions of this shape. We've simply had the scanned image there. I'll just check information measure. So the distance from there across to there is about 24 millimeters. All we're told here is that a half-inch hole goes into that point, and half an inch converts to 12.7 millimeter diameter hole. So let's draw a circle, picking the diameter option. We're asked for the center point of the circle, and now the diameter, which is 12.7, and in it goes. So we have a half-inch hole at that point there, 3/8 inch hole on either side. So let's turn off our layer 0, which will get rid of our scanned image, and there's our shape. I'll get rid of this one now because that's a relatively straightforward one, and right-click and zoom extents. So there's our shape. I'd be in the habit of moving this shape and make a point down around here and use that and move that to 0, 0. That becomes rather useful for the laser cutter and the flame cutter people. So now it's a matter of exporting that shape to a DXF file, a drawing exchange file, which can be sent to the flame cutter. So it's just a matter of Files and Export DXF, and we'll put it on the desktop and we'll call it Flame. And it's going out from the drawing. The drawing's still here, but we have a separate file which is a list of coordinates of that shape, and that can be flame cut. Saves you the job of cutting it yourself. Well, I thought you might be interested. I've just used Notepad and opened the file, and you can see there are a whole series of vertices here with the various information about those vertices, and that's what's sent to the flame cutter.